Word, son. What do you do, YouTube? It's your boy Jay Divine. Alright, man, before we get into this video, make sure to hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share the word, spread the links, because you know how I do. If you haven't already, you can hit that subscribe button, click the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, man, so stemming from that last video that I made yesterday, or whenever time this video gets uploaded, the video that I made talking about NBA 2K's My Career being less linear and more in the control of the user. So I want to shed some light on arguably one of the greatest 2Ks that has ever graced the consoles of that generation, or of this generation, however you want to put it. But ladies and gentlemen, I have got to say, and we got to get this out of the way now, because I want to cover different aspects of 2K11, because it makes a great reference point to the video that I was making. But I feel like I got to cover it and get this out of the way now. Ladies and gentlemen, NBA 2K11 is by far one of the most cheating games I have ever played in my life, especially on Hall of Fame. Now, I know a lot of y'all are going to say that y'all don't feel the same. A lot of y'all are going to say, oh, well, you were just garbage at it. I love the game. I understand. I completely get it. A lot of y'all hold that near and dear to your heart. So I'm by myself on this one. It's totally fine. Not a problem. But in recording a lot of this footage that you guys see now, which I was just pretty much just trying to record footage so I got something to talk and have playing in the background. But when I played this game, especially on Hall of Fame, because a lot of y'all, like myself, will play on the hardest difficulty because you want to get better at the game. So I put it back on Hall of Fame, and I think it was casual, simulation, and default. So Hall of Fame simulation, let's get it popping. When I tell you that I have so many wounds reopened because of this game. There have been times where this game, when it first came out, trying to get better at the game, the stuff that computer does to you on Hall of Fame just really makes you get agitated as hell. Like, give an example. For some weird reason, I don't know where 2K got this idea from, that supposedly making computer make more shots was supposed to make you play smarter. I don't understand it. It is the same as that time. The part that really pissed me off and made it to where 2K11 isn't one of my top 3 favorite basketball games. And I know that a lot of y'all are saying, oh, how you gonna say 2K11 isn't top 3? Listen, the reason why I say it's not top 3 for me, it's still in the list, but it's not top 3 for me because when it comes to gameplay, when you see stuff like this, give an example, right? You got shooters like Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, and arguably there's probably the two guys that I could say that are pretty pure shooters, especially Ray Allen. But when you have somebody like Paul Pierce, right, and he does his fadeaway, okay, 90% of the time they telegraph a lot of their stuff that they're getting ready to do, especially when they're trying to do a fadeaway. So if you're anything like me, when you see that coming, as soon as he tries to go and turn around for the fadeaway or for the post fade, you immediately step up and you try to pretty much get a jump or get a hand up there to block the ball. But when you look at this replay, you literally see my guy literally just have only a hand in his face, and he literally doesn't even jump. They slow him down compared to the fadeaway that Paul Pierce just did on me, and he made it. So my thing is, a lot of the times I can understand if it's just a tough bucket or he made the shot in your face, no problem. But the problem I have is when you start doing stuff like this, and I can obviously see that I'm playing great defense or trying to play great defense, but the game won't allow me, that's when it becomes a problem. I've seen this multiple times in NBA 2K11. I had this on PS3. This is 360 you're watching here. But on PS3 it was just as worse, if not the same. I hated the fact that when I tried to play my game and tried to, be more aggressive, dare I say, on defense or on offense, especially on defense, if anything, offense was, you kind of had to cheese your way on offense. But on defense, I didn't like the fact that when I played great defense, you didn't give me that satisfaction. You know what I'm saying? I rarely ever saw a swat, literally a swat ball. Most of the time it was either you took your hand and you just patted the ball down, or either you tipped the ball when the guy was trying to make a shot because you got a hand on it and the ball feels short and they called it a block shot. But when I saw stuff like this in the game, it literally put me in that mode all over again of how much I couldn't stand 2K11. Like I said, great game. but it always fell short gameplay wise, because association mode was cool, career mode was great, the player models were great, the soundtrack was bomb. I'm talking about everything that the game had to offer was great. I love the MJ challenge. I love the fact that you can play these set games. You can unlock certain shoes that give you a historical moment about them. I love the fact that you can play certain moments with Michael Jordan. They actually featured Michael Jordan that year. I love the fact that you guys had that. That was great. But the gameplay just always fell short to me. It always fell short because of stuff like this. I didn't like the fact that y'all took the route, I'm talking 2K terms. I didn't like the fact that y'all made it to where you take my abilities and you pretty much put like a damper on them to the point where now I got to go above and beyond to play great defense, when normally all it just takes for me just to have great timing and being at the right time in the right place. But when you slow my guy down like that to try to not block a shot, but to let him get his post fade off, that's not cool, man. You know what I'm saying? That's 100% not cool. Now, offense, you can go back and do the same exact thing, but it becomes a tit for tat thing. And then you hope that computer misses. But, you know what I'm saying? On Hall of Fame, they just make everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have some of the most ridiculous and ones. You know what I'm saying? They do it to me again in the post fade. This time I think I had Kobe. But when when I saw him about to do the post fade, I literally did the same exact thing I did with Artest. I literally timed it to where I knew he was going to do the turnaround. So as soon as they made us disengage, I literally walk up on him, and at the same as that time, I'm pressing Y to try to jump and block the ball. But then again, we played newer renditions of 2K, which allow you to actually block it if you time it right. Anyway, but as you can see, you literally see Kobe just walking over with his hand up, and then by the time that the ball comes out, then he wants to jump, but it's too late. The ball's already halfway to the goal already. You see what I'm saying? So when you see stuff like this and you see him making these shots, it's like, come on, man. Like, what is contested defense? You won't let me block nothing. You won't let me time this block. You won't let me steal nothing. You won't let me do anything defensively unless this guy's a 99 everything. That's what made me not like 2K11 and not put it in my top 3. I hated that so much. Now, I know a lot of y'all will say, well, Jay Divine, why don't you just take it off of Hall of Fame and put it on one underneath that, which is Superstar? Okay, that sounds like a great idea, but when you're playing the game and you're trying to, accomplish the goal of mastering the game, you want to play on the hardest difficulty, because you want to be able to withstand all the pressure that computer's putting on you. And if you could beat computer on the hardest difficulty, such as Hall of Fame, if you can do that, then that means that you're progressing, you're getting better at the game. But like I said, when you look at Hall of Fame and Superstar, it's night and day. Superstar, computer isn't as engaging. They're letting certain stuff shoot. They're shooting certain stuff, and when it goes up, it's a miss. Or, they'll try to do like a fadeaway, and now when you can test on the fadeaways, then all of a sudden now they want to start missing. Like, contested shots makes a difference. But, in order to get the ability of you being able to defend on defense, the only way for you to get that is that you got to now come down the difficulty to the point where now computer is dumbing themselves down to the point where it's way below your level of user skill, and it's almost like you're playing on easy mode. You know what I'm saying? You play on Hall of Fame, you get the pressure that you want from computer, but at the same time, they're now going into God mode. That's the part I don't like. You know what I'm saying? So again, 2K11, great game. I loved it. You know what I'm saying? But it's not in my top 3, and it's for this reason right here. Gameplay wise on Hall of Fame, and I will not go back down to Superstar or go down a level because, it's too challenging, quote unquote, which cheating like that is not challenging. That's cheating up and down. You know what I'm saying? But whenever a game does this to you as a user, what else are you to do? You can't shrug that off. The first 1 or 2 times of the first time you play 2K11, you kind of just shrug it off and go about your business. But when you see this consistently happening, and they never did any patches or any updates to the AI or the sliders or anything like that, when you have them do stuff like that, what are you to do? I can't tell you how many times back then when I used to play 2K11, just playing regular head-to-head against computer or association, I can't tell you how many times I stopped and restarted the game because computer did something so outrageous multiple times that I'm just like, okay, all right, they're literally cheating at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, what else am I to do? You know what I mean? Like, I'll give you another example. This is the last clip. There was a time where I think if I could find it, I'll show it. But there was a point where I ended up deflecting the pass, right? I deflect the pass. Derek Fisher is right there. He turns around and sees the ball that's loose right there. But instead, he turns back around and he goes back to defending his man as if the ball wasn't even there. You see what I'm saying? This is on the Hall of Fame, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? So when you have gameplay like this, it won't ever make my top three critical list. Like I said, 2K11, great game. But gameplay wise, stuff like this, it turns me off. Way off. You know what I'm saying? And if you think that this happens in regular play now, just imagine how it is when you get to my career. Oh my God. I can't tell you how many times I'd have stopped and restarted the game or cut the game off and started it back up because they started cheating. You know what I'm saying? I can understand if it was like LeBron or Kobe or KD or, you know what I'm saying, somebody that is a real high efficiency scoring player, or like a Melo or something like that. I can understand that. But when you got guys like Jermaine O'Neal hitting post fades and Paul Pierce hitting contested threes in your face, like what am I to do? What are you to do? You know what I'm saying? There's only so many times you can sit there and you can laugh it off and make it seem like, oh, that's crazy. Well, just got to play better defense next time. And then that next time comes around and it's still the same result happens. What are you to do at that point? You know what I mean? But like I said, hopefully nobody took offense to this. This is just genuinely how I feel, you know what I'm saying, about 2K11. Like I said, if the gameplay wasn't like that, it would have made my top 3. But with gameplay like that, knowing the fact that the user's at a huge disadvantage and you tune it to be that way, yeah, that's not cool. That's not cool. I would take 2K12 over 2K11. You know what I mean? And that was a cheese fest within itself. But with gameplay like 2K11, I can't get with it. I just can't do it. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below, man. I'm going to get up out of here. Make sure you hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share the word, spread the links, because you know how I do. But I'm going to get up out of here, man. It's your boy Jay Devon, and I'm signing out. Peace.